Hi everyone, it's that time of the year again. We're celebrating Romania's National Day, and I thought about doing this kind of very funny video about what I've heard throughout the years and throughout my travels about Romania, or more specifically said, what I didn't hear, because I had the opportunity to live in different parts of the world, including Asia, and it's always a very interesting and funny conversation when you meet people from all over the world, and you have that conversation. What country are you from? What is your country like? Like, if you had to describe it, what would be one, two, three things that people might know internationally about your country, and that you can actually present yourself and the place that you come from. And like I said, I had the opportunity to meet people from all over the world, people that probably I wouldn't have the opportunity to meet here in Romania. So I got to spend time with people from Colombia, from Brazil, but also people from India, from Pakistan, from China, from Japan, obviously from the Philippines, because that's where I used to live in Asia. I was 1.5 years living and working in the Philippines, and literally that was where I met all these great friends and all these people who have been coming from the north and the west and the south and the east and so on. So because today it's all about Romania, I thought I'm going to do this video recalling all the funny things that I told people, or that I heard from people about Romania. Well, first of all, maybe I should begin kind of with saying that going to Asia and talking to my Asian friends, or to people from other parts of the world, a lot of them have told me, "Oh, you know what? You're like the first Romanian that I ever meet," and that was kind of a daunting situation, because basically, wow, you think, oh my God, now I really have to present and represent my country in the best way. So what am I gonna go and tell these people about Romania, because they haven't heard anything about it. So it's a pretty hard job. Obviously, I did kind of try to tell them that we're of Latin descent and so on, but I think that also, because sometimes I'm kind of a dramatic people, I always go and tell that side that we're vampires, and we come from the descendants of Dracula, and that we eat bear meat, and we're like super cruel and strong and things like that. But with time, having more conversation with those people, I also did share other information about Romania. Actually, one of the most funny anecdotes that happened regarding with Romania, it's kind of because the next question would be, okay, you're from Romania, but what language do you speak there? And people are I don't know what people expect the answer to be, but when you say that we speak Romanian, there's basically nothing else to be said. Like that leaves people quite speechless. So then you kind of have to, you know, add, you know, Romanian is a Latin language. It's quite similar to Italian and Spanish and French and Portuguese, but it's really, it has happened to me so many times that people ask me, so what language do you speak there? Like maybe they expect, you know, for us to speak Russian or something else, and they're always so shocked when I tell them that that we speak Romanian. So yeah. Then probably one of the most awkward situation was when I was actually traveling to Japan, and I got asked a few times by people there, including these two people who were sitting next to me on a plane. They asked me, so, you know, where are you from? And I told them I'm from Romania. So obviously they didn't know anything about my country, so there was nothing that they could add to that, and it was this very awkward situation, but also so funny that, you know, there was nothing else to say. And maybe they were hoping for me to, you know, to tell them that I'm from the US, or I don't know, I'm from a more popular European country, and that they could potentially you know, steer the conversation in another way. But me revealing that I was from Romania just made them really conscious about the fact that they didn't know anything about my country, and it was funny and awkward, and yeah, that happens sometimes as well, especially with people who are not from Europe, that they might not have heard about Romania at all. It has actually also happened to me that kind of another funny story about you know, about the things that I tell people about Romania is that I met a young Chinese couple, and I told them that I'm from Romania, and they also did not know a lot about the country. So I told them, you know, Romania is where Dracula comes from. I mean, obviously, as a Romanian or as a foreigner, you might know that Dracula is one of the most identifiable you know, characters, which is believed to, you know, to have originated from Transylvania, and supposedly it's based on the Vlad the Impaler legends and stories. So, you know, so obviously I thought, okay, I'm gonna say something that everybody knows about, but apparently they didn't know. So they're like, oh, Dracula. And obviously I've just mentioned, you know, like he's this very famous vampire, and their comment was like so funny and kind of so telling of their age, most likely, or, you know, the type of movies or the type of information they are exposed to. Because the moment that I said he's a vampire, they were like, oh, like Twilight. And I was like, oh yeah, like Twilight. Like, if you had to pick, you know, the most famous vampires from all movie and entertainment and literature, I mean, like, obviously you would pick Twilight and the Cullens, because, you know, like, Dracula is just like some kind of a, you know, old-fashioned OG who's not cool anymore. So yeah, that was very funny. But to be honest, I have also experienced the kind of the other side of the you know, I've experienced the other side, where I actually once met this man in the Philippines that I shared, let's say, kind of a drive with, and he asked me where I'm from. So I told him that I'm from Romania, and I think he was like a big, kind of a huge tennis fan. So I think the kind of the period when I met him was around the time of the US Open, and he was like, oh yeah, I see that, you know, Simona Halep is playing really well in recent times, and I was so shocked. I was so shocked that he actually, you know, that he actually knew who Simona is, and he knew something about my country. So it was very nice to kind of be able to discuss that and discuss tennis and tennis players with this person. So you know, over the years, there are kind of these very different situations that you get to experience.